back too wide after hairpin. I want to
Lots
be fair.
changed. Obviously, it's good to be back. We're at Long Beach. This is week 3
And
of
announce if there's a big
season
wreck
1
because
of
people are coming out
2024.
so we
We're
can
about
avoid.
to go green.
carries
Oh,
on.
come on. We're not in single file right now. Alright. Let's go. Let's just not die in turn 1. So we're at Long Beach. Good gap behind us. That makes me feel good. I don't think Robert's going to dive me. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to stay to the inside and brake early just to keep it safe because we got a lot of folks coming in. Let's just take it easy. We got a few laps to kind of figure things out. I really messed up my second qualifying lap, so I didn't qualify too well. There's also not that many GTPs. I only had about 10 minutes of practice before this race, so that wasn't a good run into there. Still figuring out what we're doing for fuel. Need to stay with the car in front here, otherwise Robert's gonna absolutely catch me. Looks like he went a little deep in that corner. I'm not sure which GTP has sort of the advantage here, but I'm with 499 Racing. We are running the Porsche at Daytona 24, so I'm sticking with that. Really weird short track, high regen, not a lot of deployment, so staying in attack most of the time. I'm pretty sure we got a pit at some point, but we'll see how it goes. You are unfortunately going to see a lot of yellow box slow car ahead heading into the hairpin. I did not adjust that heading into this race. I should have, but apologies. You're going to see that on the dash there as we continue on. But goal is to stay alive for the first few laps, and we'll see how it goes. But how have you been? You can't talk to me because I'm recording this, and then I'll post it like a week later or never. Like there are dozens of videos like ready to be posted. Just need like maybe a little quick resync and a render, but that just don't exist anymore. A lot's happened since I've last posted a video. So I've moved. I'm not in Lexington, Kentucky anymore. I'm now in Charlottesville, Virginia. I was a pro driver, like I had my pro WC license. I was in the iRacing IRGP, the Turn Racing iRacing Grand Prix Series this last season. So I spent a lot of time in the IR01, really just trying to do okay. I've got some videos I should post around that. I really want to do a full review of the thing, but that's been kind of the wildest thing that's happened since then. I didn't record too much because as much as I can talk and drive, at that level, like when I'm racing 9.5K iRating drivers, like in a 6.8 iRating strength of field, I don't need to talk. I was making enough mistakes on my own. The first race, I had 1 day to practice. Didn't do so hot. Didn't finish the first lap. Could have definitely gotten points there, just from the chaos of that. But if you tuned in to the IRGP series, thank you very much. Like, it was really exciting to be there. I hope you saw like the 2 seconds of screen time I had over the like 12 hours they posted things. That was really exciting. I also joined a private league, the Canadian E-Motorsports Network. Their dart series, the dollar, whatever cart was, I can't remember what the rest of the terms were, but the C, swap it out for D for dollar. That was pretty exciting. I won that series. That was awesome. Met a lot of great people there. Really excited to get back into that with some interesting cars, and probably gonna do some NASCAR races, which I don't know how it's gonna go. Like I mentioned, I am part of 499 Racing now, so I joined a team that's don't crash. Okay, good. That's exciting for me. It's been really great, like getting feedback, getting support, getting motivation from the team. Ooh, that's a big hit, but that might have been netcode on my end. That's a big hit. For Gabriel. Shit, come on, let's get through here. I am pushing too hard for a 2.2 second gap back to Robert behind us. So I just need to chill. this is a race of attrition. I love a fucking road course, but, or sorry, street course. I do love a road course, but a street course, huge fan. But I'm just trying to take it easy right now. There's a lot that can go wrong for everyone the whole way around. So I just want to do okay. Like life's gonna be okay. So I need to add 11 liters. Okay, so I don't think I'm taking fuel. I guess I'll make that call later. I've not done a race stint. That's an early break there. For Gabriel ahead, I might need to try and make a move. You know, we're 4 laps in, only at 84% battery, on attack the whole time. So I'm not too concerned about trying to build my battery back up. But Jonathan Galen, we're going to catch him by the end of this lap. The first GT3 that we're going to come up to. So going to be an interesting race as soon as we start getting into traffic. And for the remaining 40 minutes after that. So just, again, trying to stay alive. I'm going to make the same kinds of moves I think I always do, trying to play it safe. Which is then how I got into the World Championship Series of iRacing. The pinnacle of iRacing series. Somehow my dumbass made it in with 2.6K I rating at the time. Lowest driver, like the 10th lowest I rating World Championship Pro License driver of all time. Which I'm really excited about. That was a really cool stat. I'm only disappointed that I wasn't the lowest of all time. The IRO1, not a terribly popular car, so I got really lucky. Like, ultimately, that's the easiest way to say it. Hopefully I'll do some sort of review of that whole series and you'll hear more of it. But I got extremely lucky in that series, just throughout the whole thing. Couldn't be more excited to have been a part of that. A lot of great racers, a few real pieces of shit in that series, but what are you going to expect? These are some of the top racers. They will show up on track in an official session and just dominate the field. They're fantastic. A lot of them really support the rest of the community, and some of them I don't know, like, this is my opinion as well, like, who knows, maybe they probably are nice people, it's a very heated situation. I asked my boss, hey, I've got to take Thursdays at 2 off, because I've got to go sit in my rig 10 feet away from my computer and play video games for a while. Some of these folks, that wasn't quite the case. This is a lot of what they do. Like, they certainly have jobs outside of this, but they are salaried. They, I'm sure, maybe had similar conversations, but it wasn't like I fluked my way into this championship series, so I gotta go do this now. The way it turned out, the qualifying series I participated in, just because it was going to be a lot of fun. My goal was to just have fun throughout that series, and I did quite well. I won 2 races, which was tied for the most wins, but I only had 1 race in the top split the whole time, so that's where the luck really came into play. I finished well. There was only 1 race I kind of DNF'd, which really, really helped me out through the whole situation. This could be an interesting corner. What are you? You don't have to go that wide. All right.
Clear, car on your left.
Do the all over under on a GT3, no big deal. There's going to be a lot of traffic coming ahead, so I just need to relax and take it easy as we're cutting through everyone. Everyone's got to deal with traffic. I do tend to be a little bit more passive with traffic, but you never know what could happen. Like, that was crazy. Like, you don't cut turn 1 and then you're just screwed for these next few corners. Like, you can't, really? There's no room there. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and then cut after this corner. That's a risk, Gabriel, that I am unwilling to take to try and make that pass, because we're gonna be in essentially the same position coming here out of turn 7, 6. Like, what the fuck was it? Who knows? But we'll get a pass on this white and blue car before we get to the straight here. I don't think we'll catch Gavin there, the 26. Gabriel will, so he did make up that position there. But again, I'm not sweating it. And if Gabriel's got to lose a lot of speed to try and hold that inside. Gavin's got to lose a lot of speed to not take his ideal line through here. There's a lot of give and take in multi-class racing, which I find very, very fascinating, especially at these teeny tiny ass courses where kind of nothing's going on.
Clear on the left.
They are here. I'm going to get past them. I don't believe I will catch the car in front of them, so I'm going to flash my lights here, make sure they know I'm coming in. They have to brake earlier anyway. I'm going to take the inside. Got to brake a little earlier than I normally would. Easy peasy, no sweat, and we're still only a second and a half off of Gabriel ahead of us. So, right on. Anyway, Pro Series. The qualifying series took place the season before. There were 8 races, 1 oval. Like I said, I won 2 of them. Like that was wild. Not top split races. I wasn't racing against the same guys that I was racing with in
Clear on the left.
the actual Pro Series, the World Championship. But I still took 2 wins. Like, I'm very, very excited about that. It was thrilling just to be there. When the series was announced, it was mentioned that 14 drivers would get their pro license out of the qualifying series. At the end of the series, it was 20 drivers that would make it into the Pro Series. I qualified 21st. Like, just insanely close. And I think there were less than 100 total drivers that participated. So I'll definitely tell people, like, in public, like, yeah, there's like over 1 million people in iRacing. They did not show up to do that series, but that's not what everyone needs to know. I'll just post it here on YouTube for everyone to hear and see. No big deal. I definitely didn't belong. I was an outsider in that series. I was honestly just excited to be there. This is a stupid move by me. I'm going to go down to first and cut real low to give Brandon some room here because he's trying to chase down Matthew ahead. I don't want to screw him too much. I'm still doing fine trying to catch up to Gabriel. Joshua and, you know, the podium is really pulling away, so no sweat. We're still dealing with traffic. They got past it. They've got the pace. I need to bring this car home. Like, I'm convinced at least 2 of the top 3 right now will not finish this race because it is pure chaos the whole time. It's too tight of a track. Too many cars total. I was going to cut in on Matthew there, but he lost it a little coming out of the hairpin. So I took that in outside there. No big deal. Still 1.5 seconds to Gabriel. So that's a solid pace. I will take that. I probably should have been imbalanced or even build throughout that whole time, but we're still only at 75% battery, so I don't really give a shit. Like, I think both of them would have still build targets 100, so it would have regened a bit, but balance targeting 50 probably would have been the exact same attack, given where we are right now. At some point, I do need to regen some. Oh, that's a blade break. Let's just take it. I'm actually going to pop it into build after we get a little bit of power out of that corner. That's balanced. I went build. There we go. Still gaining time. We're not really getting draft from Gabriel ahead, but we've got a few laps before we're going to catch traffic again, based off what I can see right now on the F3 box. We'll just bring it around. Anyway, qualified 21st out of 20. Someone had medical condition. They had it taken care of, and it just wasn't to the point where they could do a race at that level. They ended up dropping out, and a few days before the first race, I got the email while I was at work. Absolutely lost my mind talking to a coworker, just getting into, like, just excited, like, what an insane thing to happen. I did the qualifying series because I thought it was fun. I did well. I couldn't say why. Like, it does feel like luck. Like, it's such an underutilized car. Like, okay, am I top 21 in the world at this car? Well, no. If you look at the World Championship Series, spoilers, I finished 25th out of 26 with a single points finish, which is beyond my wildest dreams of what I could have pulled off with those drivers. There are 11 cars I need to pass to get 15th place to get a single point. The fact that I did that once, and there were wrecks, like it's not, I didn't do it all on merit. I'm not gonna go claim I'm better than the folks that I passed. A lot of them wrecked out or could not finish the race. So I'm still just fucking pumped to get that single point. Like, what an insane finish. And my goal going in was to have one race where I didn't get lapped. Pulled that off at Silverstone, I think that was round 4, which being a longer track and having a solid setup and a good deal of practice really helped there. But just inside, I can't believe that. That's the big thing that happened. Obviously, I moved. You can see like my whole setup has changed. Trying to make this easier to create videos as well. There was a bit of work to like run that app I wrote to get the tire temperatures and oil pressure and fuel level and everything through. Like, screw it. The JRT dashboard is sitting in front here. Finally, like, my computer can just render a bit of the side screens to try and make it look a little better. Like, you're catching the 2 cameras and live cockpit view, and then I'm just gonna edit in the overhead view later. Like, I love that. That's easy. I can easily record that one thing. I can make one quick sync of 2 videos. Oh shit.
Got it. Break
This
out
will be
on the
interesting.
right. Go
Okay,
left.
thank you, bud. Just excited that slowed down and kind of let that happen there too many times, especially around this iRating. You get some folks who like you're fast enough, but I don't know how to say it. Like, ooh, big wreck ahead. So slowing down. There's a car off on the left here. That is 2. Oh, Gabriel was caught up in that. Interesting. I thought that was 2 back markers. There was 1 back marker in Gabriel. So I didn't see the extent of the damage in Gabriel's car. It did not look good, but we're going to get past Matthew here. I'm flashing, so I'm going to brake a little bit later than him if I need to, but he's braking early enough that perfect. LMP2, like, what a fucking great class to drive. But what in it? Oh shit, grabbed too much curve there. Got to get over to bring this back around. Tires have 0 grip. We're ahead of Gabriel now, so that's solid. Up into 4th. That was not the top 3 that I thought might have a little bit of an incident. Gabriel in the pit, so he must have bad enough damage to pull it off. 6.5 seconds back to the car behind now, and 25. Sheesh, I'm not racing at that level for the podium. It would be really cool to get a podium here with almost no practice. Grabbing a Majors Garage set. 499 sponsored by Majors Garage, so go buy their shit. Like, I've always been a big fan of VRS. Like, that helped me really get into racing and improving. Setups have always been my weakness. I've been on iRacing on and off since 2010, and it's 2020, early 2024 now, and I could never make a setup. I could do little minor tweaks, but not a lot. Please don't just pull out. Okay, there we go.
Car 4 had taken the lead.
That's a clip for sure if this were Twitch, but luckily I don't do that. And YouTube, added clipping long after I stopped uploading videos, so it's there now. But
Yeah, but they've been all the
where was I?
pressure
Majors Garage, VRS, like, for $5 a month to, like, get setups, get someone racing at an insane level above me, talking about how to drive the car, like, to spend 30 minutes watching someone describe how to take every corner versus 2 hours of me trying to figure it out and just really fucking up and questioning the set, questioning yada yada. Like, to have that comparison of, this is what this person is doing with this same set, how do I get there too? Was huge in improving how I approach driving the car. It helped me stop over driving the car, I think, and being able to jump in and really take it on. So Jonathan Allen here I'm going to catch before the hairpin, so I'm probably just going to spend a lot of time sitting behind them. Again, I'm happy to sit behind a car rather than cause a wreck being overzealous. There are cars pitting. I wonder if that's to grab tires this early. So that's Spencer, the number 1 car, 2500 iRating. They pit pretty early. I think the tires are fine. I just need some fuel, so I'm not sweating that. That's very interesting. I don't know what to do about that. That racks my brain, but that's what I get for jumping in with not a full race stint of practice. Tires do take a long ass time. 11 liters of fuel does not. Like, it will take longer to grab those 11 liters of fuel. I don't have a calculation for like catching Felix 7 seconds behind to grab, like, just get free tires. I feel like I'm gonna be fine, but we're only 20 minutes into a 45-minute race, so we'll see how it goes. This is a great, like, time to meet Oliver here. Like, easy pass, no sweat. Spencer talking on chat, missed what they said. That could have been that there was an incident, and that's why they pitted. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Like, it was an incident until I see what the car currently in first and second do. Shit, corner there, but I'll take it. Really, like, not putting up great laps, but again, this is a race of attrition. My goal is to survive for 24 more minutes, 20 more laps, 14 laps of fuel. I'm going to take tires off, and we'll deal with fuel when we're back on a straight, rather than coming up on a pack of GT3s that, again, we're going to try and remain patient behind, but they are in a tight group. They are in a battle. I don't want to mess with them, but I want to keep putting distance on the cars behind me. They'll obviously have to catch them as well, but things will have shaken out. 10 seconds, 11 seconds now of difference between myself and the car behind, so this is awesome. Oh shit, I'm still built. This is what I need Twitch for, like folks can tell me.
Clear. Car on your left.
Just gonna hold inside tight.
Clear.
Gonna hold right behind them, so back in attack. That was fucking stupid. Alright, there we go.
Clear.
I definitely fucked with their race, but not a ton. Probably, in retrospect, could have stuck behind them a bit. I'll review that after the race just to see what the right call would have been there. Try and do better the next time. But given what happened and what I saw, I think giving it a bit of a hold there, it would have been fine. I would have been able to pass them all on the straight. Ooh, shit! Without losing a half a second to all of them, and not impacted their race really at all. The risk there, the unknown variable, which obviously played out how it was, partly due to my involvement in it, is what if they fucked up 4 GT3s looking for a top 5 finish in the... Starting to second guess my tires assessment now that I'm back in attack instead of build. What if they fucked up in the hairpin and like it really cost me a lot of time? So you have to weigh that. There are only 2 cars in front of me by making that move. How much time did I cost them? How much time did I cost myself? How much time would I have lost sitting there? I don't know. Like, you can play these guessing games all day, but being able to look back on what happened and think about what you were seeing in the moment to try and use that to judge your future assessments of heading into a corner with, 4 cars that you want to let race. You don't want to interrupt them. I'm clearly not, right behind someone. I got 29 seconds to Joshua ahead of me, 40 seconds to James Rush behind. That's a heap of time, both ways. So it is a race of attrition again, and we've got 3 and 4 right in front of us. I don't want to mess with them, but it looks like I'll be sitting behind them before we head into the hairpin, and then I'll get ahead of them after that. And again, that would be different. Oh, slow car, we got a wreck. There's a full yellow flag sitting out here.
Car stopped on the right.
Car stopped on the right, that sounds like a wreck. Well, okay, car going
Car
into
stopped
the
on the
pits.
right.
I'm just staying slow, especially with that yellow flag, makes it easy
Go left.
to just call that. That is a bummer. That is Spencer. That was the number 1 car out. Oops, did not flash my lights. Sorry there, Matthew. Mike, I think you don't need the light flash. You know I'm trying to jump past you here. But we'll take... Oh, shit. Okay, there we go. There we go.
You got it. Slow car on
Little
the right.
interesting. Okay, do we have a car off here? Hard to... Nope, looks fine right now. Not seeing a yellow flag, but got the car off on the right call. All right, 20 minutes left. Made it more than halfway through this race. 9 laps to go. Am I gonna have enough fuel to like make it that last lap? How much extra fuel do I need to add? I do need to definitely start taking some fuel out. It's been a few laps since I intended to. But getting the gas here, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get ahead of Brandon here. I don't really want to sit behind them because there's such a large gap, but it is a dive to pull that off. Like if I had tried to sneak beside them, don't slow down for me, bud, just go. I get it. I get it. Like we're all good here. Let's put fuel back on. Brandon sliding a little. Alright, let's get alongside here. So we got Hunter ahead. Alright, 11. Let's grab 15 liters and see how that goes when we're looking at the pits. No tires. Gonna have to sit behind Hunter here until we are out of the section. We're gonna need, was it turn 5? Wherever like that sharp right. Okay. You gotta grab a little bit more of the track. Grab that corner. You gotta use the whole track. Like if that was a good run. That was a good run. And running out wide there. That was a perfect run, Hunter, at that point. But the rest of it, I think you could have used a bit more track. But I'm not a GT3 driver, so maybe there's something I am missing. This is the heaviest, lowest downforce car I'm willing to drive regularly. Love an open wheel car, but hard to find too many great races. Oh shit, I braked way too late. Come on, just yeah, just coast that through. That's fine. Okay, who's wrapped up here? We still got 8 laps. I don't think I'm gonna have enough to make it that full lap. We'll have a lot of extra fuel sitting in the tanks. We're at 8 even right now. It's hard to fucking fuel save in these things. Last time I tried to fuel save when only the BMW existed at Long Beach, I clutched in coming down here just like I would in the Indy car, and when I let off, the back end just absolutely came around on me because the motor engaged to start doing regen, and I just fucking lost the car from first place, like absolutely destroyed it. That was whatever season the BMW came out. Was that 2023 season 2? I've been racing pretty consistently since mid-2021, which has been a lot of fun. Clearly I've upgraded my rig a bit since the last time I think you've seen it. Got a different wheelbase. Aiken, I am going to pass you here, so let's go with those flashing lights.
Left side.
Make sure we're giving you the room to take your line. There we go. That is I'm happy with that pass. I know I'm slow through here, so let's just cut this. Here we go. All right, 7 laps to go. Few cars in the pits. I don't know if they're pitting for fuel or out. Jason and Felix both out of the car, so we're fine there. Got a GT3 up here, flash the lights. Please, bud, do not take a corner, but I'm going to take it. Okay. I was going to take it a little bit on the inside, make sure that they had room. Don't count on someone to not ruin your race. Just drive your race expecting them to kill you. That is generally how I try and drive. I've been on the giving it of a stupid move. So, like, you know, you get your comeuppance as things kind of come around, but God, I love Long Beach. Like, what a fun track. I'm putting up slow laps compared to the leader. Good for them for being able to absolutely rip it. I feel like if I was right now, with the amount of practice I have, I'd be... I don't even know what this set is capable of. I did not check that out. I just picked it up, put 10 minutes, which was probably only 5 actual laps, in before the race. Pumped to be in third. It'd be interesting to see how it shakes out, given everything. So Joseph behind us has not pit either, so that's a pretty big gap. It might be top 3 on the lead lap. Might be some bad luck with traffic. Oh shit! Might be some incidents. No big deal. Just locking up the rears there. I'm still trying to decide what I do about tires. I feel like there's enough of a gap that, like, taking tires isn't going to put me right up next to Joseph compared to just taking fuel. It feels a bit like the safer move just having fresher tires, but this isn't a terribly high wear track. I don't think I've been abusing the tires that much, but I just don't have the experience here to make that judgment call on anything but a fucking whim. So, I don't know, we'll figure it out as we pull in. I might be looking at lapping Joseph by the time I get there. Full tires was at 45 seconds, so even that puts me 7 seconds ahead of Joseph. That's more than enough of a gap to, like, avoid draft, which isn't a big deal here.
You got a straight car on the
heading
right.
into things. So we got GT3 here. Please do not kill me. Again, I'm going to try and stick to the super inside, not going super far out. We got third and fourth GT3 right ahead of us. Fourth, Brandon actually fresh out of the pits, so third, not actually fighting for third on position. They cannot make it on fuel. They will have to pit at some point. I've got 4.7 liters. Where am I coming out? Just ahead of some other GTPs. That's without fuel. I'm looking at the map and where the little orange dot is. That's just ahead of some GTPs. If I go a little bit too much more, if I stick behind Brandon, where am I going to sit? Where am I going to sit? All right, I'm not going to take the dive here, though it would have been, okay, Brandon's in pass right, so I'm not going to pit just based off of
Car on your left.
that. Thank you, Brandon. I'm going to take real far outside here, try and just not die from all the bits of rubber. And then we're going to go ahead and try and get ahead of Jonathan, who does need to pit again, and that should put us a little bit ahead. I don't know where these GT3s and LMP2s have pit on track. Don't have a co-driver. I think we got a wreck ahead. If we've got a car off on the right, looks like we covered. Nope, still off on the right. Where are we? Oh, they're turning around. That is a LMP2. So let's get back on the straight after this next corner and see where we're looking at for just pitting. I think I'm not going to take fucking tires and just kind of wing it. I think that's looking good. I think I'm going to pit here because I can get ahead of Matthew on this next straight. That'll give me clean air to pit without, someone running in my ass, not worrying about how I'm coming out against everyone else. There's still GT3s, LMP2s ahead. So I'll be coming out into some traffic, which actually, oh shit. Can I get ahead of them enough with one more lap? Who's in front of me? Yeah, I've got time. Let's do some more laps. We got 3 laps of fuel, so let's take it. Nate ahead of us, 7 laps to catch. Ooh, they just come out of the pits, and the calculation is wrong. See how it goes. There's a big wreck in turn 11. That is the hairpin. So that'll be cleared by the time we get there. That's good. But let's just keep moving through. Let's take a look as we get out of turn 5 here. Late break. Shouldn't have done that. I think I'll be good here, especially given the gap I have to just kind of go straight. It's going to depend on this wreck, actually, which looks like it happened
On the right.
on the right over here.
Go left.
They left. Okay. Thank you for not, ripping out of there. Yeah, got LMP2s ahead of us. Let's not fuck with them. It's a good place to pit. At a minimum, I'm going to have 2 LMP2s ahead of me. Don't know what they're going to do to pit, but I'm going to pit. I'm going to grab fuel, no tires. Fuck it, let's leave it where it is. I'll have an LMDH
Oh, fuck
right
is
next
that?
to me, but let's bring it into the pits, grab just enough fuel to make
I'm
it to
not
the end
getting
and call it a
relevant
day.
to get to it.
Okay. That's slowed right on down. There's the pit limiter. Alright, let's grab one more. Got fuel, it's green, so we're good there.
Box in 10,
That's an extra liter. We're good on battery.
5,
Got 10 minutes to go.
3.
There's the lollipop, man.
1.
Let's see if I don't fuck
Right
up
here.
this. Pit stop and pit exit. Okay, just give me some fuel. Let's get the fuck out of here. Where's everyone coming down the straight? Come on. Come on.
We're in a podium position. We're done.
All right.
Get going.
GT3 coming ahead. Two LMP2s coming down. We got 4th and 7th. Let's see what we can do here. All right, all right.
The car in front is pitting.
It's a GT3 and an LMDH. This is fucked. Looks like the GT3 might be giving some room, and the LMDH. Interesting. Okay, Rob, I appreciate that. I know you were behind, but thank you very much. That was unnecessary. I was coming out of the pits. You had the left of way, but much appreciated. Very, very kind of you, and not in the normal, like, racers are kind and they're just actually being fucking dickheads, and being unpredictable because they're being polite. That was solid. Thank you very much, Rob. Let's take these next 9 minutes and try and finish on the podium. That would be
Leaders
super
pitting
fucking
now.
exciting. Leaders in the pits, I don't think I will catch them. They're actually a lap up, right? Like if we'll see when we get there. David Butler, 30 laps
The leader
completed.
did a 21.474.
What am I on? Hard to see while I'm going through the hairpin. I can't tell. David Butler's over there, or Dave Bauer 2. Apologies, David. Getting a pass there, so still in 3rd. Yes, they were a lap ahead, so no big deal. That makes sense. Like I would have been astonished. It wouldn't have been impossible to miss how far back they would have fallen to have been right there with me, but right on David. David looks like he might pass me by the end of the race. I'd love to finish on the lead lap, but I am not going to push it. Right now showing 8.6 laps to get that pass, but that's including that, shitty last lap that wasn't, it's an in lap. So what are you going to do? And then this one's going to include an out lap. We're going to be 3 laps to go before this is really going to calculate and show where David's going to be relative to me. Traffic's going to play a role. There's just a lot of chaos. I'm really impressed with how many folks are still on track, especially given a late race at a track like Long Beach. Late race in the U.S. It's a lot of U.S. Canadian. There's an Australian
Right side.
person
Clear.
here, so
Just set your fast
see
lap
how
to
it
set.
shakes up. And there we go. There's a fast lap, 2 seconds off the pace of David there. So room to improve, but to be looking at a podium is pretty exciting. I will take it, especially at a track I love. It's no Belle Isle, but it gets a lot more love. It's not quite as bumpy and as insane, but what a track. Long Beach. I'd love to go one day, opposite side of the country, but would be pretty cool to go. No exciting races at VIR. Only 3 hours away. Mid-Ohio is like 5 hours away. That's a fucking fantastic track. Summit Point, I did not realize, like an hour and a half north. I don't know where I thought Summit Point was, but I didn't think it was like just north of Charlottesville, just west of DC. Like it's right there. I've been looking for like where the fuck can I go karting around here? Nowhere. You can like drive 2 hours and drive indoor karts at like K1 speed and that kind of shit. There's nothing wrong with that, but that is not what I'm looking for as a world championship level sim racer. Brandon, great corner in there. Excellent multi-class driving there, Brandon. Thank you so much. So we got 5 minutes and 5.5 laps to go, which is about the right time to talk about what I'm drinking today that I did not touch at all. Yet I touched it. I have not drank it yet. There's a lot of driving involved in this fucking track. It's no Le Mans, where you got tons of downtime. I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch Matthew here, but I'm gonna not take a drink just to leave it. You know, I'm not racing anyone. I'm gonna stay behind. There's no reason to drive right into Matthew. Maybe the 2.5 second time loss was a good reason too, but I've got the time to spare. I don't need to mess with Matthew's race. Anyway, Heineken Zero.
Clear on the left.
My neighbor drinks this shit. He told me about it. I cannot get over how fucking good it is. It blows my mind. It tastes, maybe it's because Heineken has that like stank to begin with. Like it didn't know it was doing it, but it was leaning into like what a low alcohol, no alcohol beer tastes like. But it's fucking good. Like you'll catch me having some drinks as I continue recording these and doing these, but right now I don't want it. It's fucking Wednesday night. I gotta work tomorrow morning. I'll be fine without. But I do like to have something to drink. Like we drink a ton of seltzer water, but the Heineken Double Zero, Athletic Brewing is fantastic low alcohol beer, like 0.5% max, like just great drinks in general. Interesting, going side by side and cutting the inside there, John. That I don't know that was necessary, but I'm gonna signal that I'm going to get the pass. I'm not gonna get past James here. I could make the dive, but that would be stupid.
Clear on the right.
It's hard with LMP2 sometimes. They're so similar in cornering. It's the straight line speed, but it's at the end of the straight, so you get very divey, like especially when you look at the endurance races. Like, what are you gonna do to pull off those endurance race wins? Get those passes when you need them on cars like the LMP2. Did win, not top split again, but the Petit Le Mans race and the 24-hour endurance race in the French countryside for iRacing in both. I think both were the Cadillac. Okay, but let's
Keep
just
to the right.
fine. That's
Clear.
fine. We'll do it on doing the rest. I'm not gonna sweat it. Are you giving room now? All right. Got a little banged up on the side there, so we'll be down on some straight line speed. David Butler, 7 seconds behind us.
Clear on the right.
No sweat there. Should be able to stay on the lead lap with only, oh shit, there are 3 laps to go because David is right behind me. It's not like I'm just completing the lap there. So we're going to sit behind these GT3s for a minute that has an LMP2 tangled up in it. James is probably going to want to push to be able to catch Joseph up ahead. Going to try and not hold James up while I get ahead of Yara and Oliver, who are both battling for position, which, you know, you hate to see all of this battling for position.
Right.
That's a bad run there for me on the air. It would have been better to take the outside there. Going to be an easy pass here on Oliver. Just given the speed differential, Joseph, I don't think I'm going to catch them by turn 1, but that'll be fine. Maybe heading there into turn 6, we can pull something off. It's going to be interesting to see what James tries to do with Oliver. Got past the air, but Oliver obviously in a tighter section, slowing them down, trying to catch Joseph ahead. It's really a traffic game, right? There's 1 minute and 10 seconds left in this race. We got folks already dropping out. Second, where did third go? Must have been a wreck. We'll have to check that out on the replay. Just gonna relax here. We got 2 laps to go. I've got everything to lose by overdriving the car, so let's just bring it home. 24 seconds back to Spencer. Spencer made it back into third. They were in in third when they went into the pits. I wasn't paying attention that far ahead when I was in fifth when they made it there. So we got a car stop on the right. We're going to push out. Ooh, they are turning around. Okay. Let's just stay behind Joseph. Got Jonathan ahead. We should both catch them. I'm going to try and aim to pass Joseph on the main straight. Just stick behind them. But when we catch Jonathan, it looks like it's going to be the hairpin. So that should work out well for me to get a better run on Joseph, given the hybrid powertrain versus failing P2. Like, just got some a little bit less power. Okay. Last lap. All we gotta do is finish this, but this is the stacking of cars we're not looking for to kind of complete this. I could have just hit the fucking brakes, gone a lap down, called it a day. We should be good here to just finish this lap out and call it a race. Like that is an exciting return to video making. That it was also like kind of a last minute. I mean, obviously the camera's been set up for a fucking while. Like I said, I've got some plenty of videos already recorded, but like nothing sitting there, just ready to go. That I haven't thrown together. I haven't thrown up on YouTube. I gotta figure out how to make a thumbnail again. It's been forever. I maybe with a fucking shocked face. I'm just gonna throw this shit up and call it a day. Like I do this for fun. That's obviously one of the huge gaps of participation and does Nick have no fuel? They were going extremely slow. So again, just need to kind of finish.
I kind of feel like I don't deserve that. I made too many mistakes, but I'll take the win.
Here we go. Good win, David. Alright, there it is. That's second place. For car number 2, got second. That's where we should be. That's a podium position. Really, really pumped about that. You can tell by my voice, I'm really pumped about those. Pretty okay. Pretty chill. Let's just take this to a safe place to park it, call it a day. The fact that the car is in one piece at Long Beach is fucking bananas. Thank you for sticking around for this long. Thank you for sticking around enough to like watch these videos. I haven't posted one in 17 and a half years. So thanks again for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever the hell is going on. And I hope I will see you again soon. I looked up, my camera's usually up there. It's down there. Hi, bye.